This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
How much of that stuff do you think he would write down ahead of time and practice? And I'm not, by the way, I'm not knocking it. I think it's awesome. One of the things I've really never gotten about wrestling is it's like amongst a lot of the people in the profession and fans, it's like if it doesn't just randomly fall out of your mouth, oh, we hate scripted promos.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hate bad promos.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good scripting, I like it. So I don't care if it's scripted. I care if it's good. And I feel like those same people who say, oh, I miss when promos weren't scripted and it could be like, like what The Rock did. Everything The Rock ever said was scripted.
Yeah.
So that's not a fair comparison. And so when I see Jim Cornette do that, it's like, man, that's so good that he had to work on that and practice it. And I don't think, it's this is a weird industry where if you care about it, you're a mark. I think that's dumb. Like, look at him over here working hard to make sure he does the best job he can. What a fucking goof. No, that's stupid, man. I mean, we put forth a lot of effort into this show and that's the reason it's successful. And there's a lot of other podcasts that aren't, and it's because they think, effort is lame. No,
yeah. Well, those people should have their head put in a toilet with a bunch of turds and flushed a couple of times.
Okay.
That's what they should do. And as a matter of fact, I would like a list of those names. I would be willing, on my expense, to fly to their house, shit in their toilet, put their head in it, flush it, and then walk out and leave.
You're going to shit too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I feel about that. Scripting, I think scripting works. I'm sure Jim Cornette thought about that. I don't know if he wrote it down. It may have been in his book. I read parts of it, didn't read the whole book, that he wrote things down. But some guys were just, we go back and we look at, man, those guys were talented. They could talk. Dusty could talk. Rick could talk. Here's something that I had learned. And then I learned this. I'm trying to, and maybe it's not true. Maybe I learned this in MLW, and I'm not going to say who told me this. It was one of the kids backstage. I don't know how they fucking knew. But they said, the Ricky Steamboat Macho Man wonderful match from WrestleMania 3?
It was written for Page.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've heard that too.
Yeah. Well, Steamboat's talked about it, and he made Savage for it, and then it became the most famous match that Steamboat ever had. So
right. So and they worked part of it, right? When they would go to the house shows, they would work through some of the spots. So so not everything is off the cuff in wrestling.
Right.
But I'm proud to say the stuff that David and I did was off the cuff back then.
Sure.
Because that's the way it was. I mean, and that's one of the things that I look back on fondly, but also one of the things that I remember at the time I was really excited about was, hey, these guys trust me.
Right.
That means a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And that's kind of what I'm getting now on AEW and what I got back then. I mean, I get produced in AEW now, but not a lot. And, but back then, man, Tony, David, do your shit, man. I loved it. Speaking of guys doing their shit, it just, look, see Bobby. That guy got up and Bobby went, whoa, look at him.
I love he's having fun.
He always made it fun. He always did. And it shows you that maybe Bobby couldn't talk, wasn't the greatest talker, but he had a great personality.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like sometimes I wonder, like, how are those guys friends? Any random combination of wrestlers.
Right.
But we've heard over the years that Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton were best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really see it. And then you see him goofing around and having fun here. And you're
right.
like, okay, yeah, that's Arn's sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you know, we've talked about this before. We had Bobby with us in Nashville on a stage show, and he was just like the kindest, friendliest guy.
Too nice.
Yeah. Too nice for wrestling. So he was a great guy to here. He go.
Come on, get in the spirit. Just like I was
So Bobby just walked over and made Tony Schiavone give him a high five. He picked up his hand and slapped it against his right in the middle of the match.
And Jim said, "Get in the spirit, come on." Good stuff. So, but Bobby was the kind of guy you like to travel with because he was just good to be with. He was a nice guy to be around. And I'm sure that one of the reasons that Arn loved traveling with Bobby was, as you know, Arn is just really full of shit.
Oh, big time.
Oh, man. And so Bobby was a great straight man or a sounding board and laughed for everything Arn said. Well, we all did, but still. And listen, they're both two rednecks from probably the same area. Arn in Rome, Bobby from Huntsville. That's close. There's just a mountain divides them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's driving distance. Arn's going to be making an appearance over in Rome pretty soon. And he was telling me that. And I said, hey, I might ride over and hang out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Please do. And it's far from you. So unless, Lois has you the garage or something, you should come hang out.
I run this fucking house, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Do you know when it's going to be? Has he announced the date?
She must be asleep for you to say that so loudly. Yeah, just double check.
Do you know what it's going to be?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right. Then I'll be there, damn it.
When you say you run the house, you mean like you run the lawnmower, you run the vacuum, you run the dishwasher?
If you're watching us on video, you see the perimeter of this bat cave here?
Yeah.
That's what I run.
That's your domain.
About 3/4 way down the steps is where it stops.
Hey, let's do a little, let me ask an old school WHW question.
Okay.
How often do you do the old 5-knuckle shuffle up there?
None.
Really?
Yeah, I've stopped.
You quit whacking?
Yep.
Do you remember your last whack?
I don't.
Was it this calendar year?
No.
Really?
Yeah, really.
We're here at the end of March, and you're 1 quarter down, whack free.
But I can tell you this story.
Okay.
True story.
I'm ready for this.
Okay, so I'm in bed just last night.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, man, well, maybe I'm feeling frisky. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm laying there thinking, oh boy, I haven't felt this way in a long time. This is a true story. And you know what I did?
Texted Rebel?
No.
What?
This is like midnight. Boom, Express. This is like midnight. I recited the starting lineup for the 1972 Oakland A's that won the World Series. That won the World Series.
And you made it go away.
Yep.
So why are you trying to, is this like some sort of weird Catholic guilt or something?
No, I didn't want to, I'm just too fucking lazy.
To move your hand up and down?
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.